Host Brother Dan Goodwin sitting with me, Dr. Charles Hiltebittle. Doc, these are exciting days we're living in.
And we are. I believe we're getting, as you often say, the end of all things.
Yeah, here we are at the end of all things. This thing about the birth pains, though, is interesting because the birth pains come, little by little. You don't think much about it. But then all of a sudden, she says, honey, get the bag. It's time to go.
Yep.
And that's what we're facing now. All of a sudden, the birth pains, it's here.
The events of our world that are biblical in our context, they're happening closer together, and they're more extreme with each one. Yes.
And so it's just like the birth pains of a woman.
That's exactly.
That's why the Lord used that illustration.
That's why the Lord used it.
There'll be lots of signs and pains as you go along, but all of a sudden you cross the line, and all of a sudden it's time.
And I believe it's imminent. Do your thought, could the rapture happen at any moment?
Well, I've never been of the opinion that the rapture could have happened any moment since the days of the apostles, because I think maybe from a human perspective it could be. But God has a rapture set on a particular date because the date of the second coming is set in concrete. And the rapture is going to happen 7 years plus a window of unknown length prior to that. So he's got a definite date set, and we've just been looking for it for all these centuries because we don't know when it is, but he has a definite date. Now, when we get into the last days and we see the stage set as far as it is, to me, if you don't see the rapture can happen any moment now, I would question if you're actually trusting Bible prophecy, because when you look around, we see the stage being set for the tribulation. We see the stage being set for the geopolitical affairs that are going to happen during the 70th week. We see the stage being set for the famines. We see the stage being set for a lot of things. And if the rapture doesn't happen pretty soon, we're going to be in the tribulation.